What is going on, YouTube? Today I got my UFC Seattle fight night predictions breakdown. I'm gonna go through the entire main card. We're gonna kick it off right away. Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. This is an obvious one in my opinion. I'm going with Terrence McKinney. I can't trust Kyle Nelson past the first round. I just can't do it. And I don't think this fight will get out of the first round. Actually, I should say that. But even if it does, I can't trust Kyle Nelson to go by the first round. And you know how Terrence McKinney is. It's either lose hilariously or dominate. And I think he will be right in Kyle Nelson's face, who doesn't deal too well with pressure. I know he just beat Matt Favola. He got that weird. It was a weird fight where I think it was Dan Miragliotta stopped it early, or didn't stop the fight, or called off the round or something stupid. So the fight ended up winning, and he fumbled the finish and it went to decision when he should have won the round. I think it was Dan Miragliotta. But Terrence McKinney is explosive, man. We know when he starts, he's right in your face right away. There's all gas and no brakes. And I think he'll get a hold of Kyle Nelson, take him down, and try to beat him up on the ground, make him turn around, he's got like a body triangle locked in, get a rear naked choke. I'm calling rear naked choke for Terrence McKinney in the first round against Kyle Nelson. Let's move on right away. I want to talk about this one so bad. Mansur Abdul Malik taking on Yusri Belgari. Now, I've been wanting to talk about this one so bad. This why I was kind of rushing to get past Terrence McKinney, you know. I'm taking Yusri. I'm taking my guy. It's not biased. When I watch these fights, I know that I can't look at it in a biased lens. My favorite fighter could be fighting somebody I know he could lose to. Like if Ilya fought Volk again, I'm picking Ilya. I'm sorry, I love Volk. If Alex fought Tom Aspinall, he has a chance to beat Tom. I think Tom would beat him. That's just how it's going right now, you know? I think Yusri can beat Mansur Abdul Malik. Now, I caught a lot of shit for picking Yusri against Azamat Bakaev. He showed Bakaev levels and then finished him off standing TKO in the third round. Mansur Abdul Malik is not as good as we think he is, or as you guys think he is, or as he was being presented to be. Him and Ateba Gutierrez, they're getting the special treatment. They're getting like these layup matchups. And Mansur Abdul Malik, his last win against was Antonio Tricoli. He just bum rushed through him. But before that, Cody Brundage, I can't get past what I saw from Cody Brundage, or from Mansur Abdul Malik against Cody Brundage. Him taking all of these shots and just in pure boxing with Cody Brundage. Him not being able to secure real takedowns. Him not establishing any real control. Him basically being like a power overhand merchant, kind of like a lesser skilled Ateba Gutierrez. I can't get past that. And Yusri, he's got a great jab. He's great at range. He will chop you low. If you are in the same stance as him, he's going to chop you low. He trains with Alex Pereira. He knows how to. He's trained with Glover Teixeira. He's getting that ground game going. I've seen clips of him. I've seen training, of him defending. I know how fast he learns and how it translates to the octagon. I've been telling people about Yusri for years. I met him at the airport. I should take a picture with him. But I love this matchup for Yusri. He's got the height advantage. He's significantly taller than Mansur Abdul Malik, who's like a fake 6'2". He's like 6'1", but he's bulky as fuck. He's just huge. Yusri's 6'5", 6'6". He's like 6'6". Long as fuck, especially for middleweight. Again, he's got that jab, and the big part about it is he fights on the back foot. Yusri will fight you on the back foot. He can jab. He's making sure he's got the right foot position. You're not pushing him up against the cage. You're not bullying him against the cage. Yusri, I think this is a horrific matchup for Mansur Abdul Malik. I tweeted this out a couple days ago. I said the only way Yusri loses this fight is if an overhand right just starches him like a crazy, wild. out of the blue overhand just KOs him out cold. I think that's the only way he loses, but I'm picking Yusri by third round TKO or decision. I think it'll be a pretty dominant fight for him. Mansour Abdul-Malik was losing to Cody Brundage, man. I know Cody Brundage is a crafty vet. Look what he just did to Dante Johnson. Arguably beat Dante Johnson. Cody Brundage is shit. You have to beat Cody Brundage, and he didn't beat Cody Brundage. That headbutt was not a KO. He was arguably losing 2 rounds to Cody Brundage. So I have to pick Yusri. I think his jab will be touching up Mansour Abdul-Malik. I think he'll be out of the way of every strike. I think he's big in the clinch. So when they're clinching up against the cage, he's got good head position, and you can't really get clinch strikes off him well because he's got good balance and his head's all the way here. He makes sure he's got good head position. Yusri is a nightmare for Mansour Abdul-Malik. Knock on wood. I hope that I don't have to bite those words, but I'm taking Yusri. Third rounds TKO or a dominant decision. One of the two. Moving on though is this the feature fight? Oh no. Julian Erosa taking on Lehian Douglas, I think it is. Lehian Douglas taking on Julian Erosa. Lehian Douglas making his UFC debut, got that thunderous KO on Dana White's Contender Series, and Julian Erosa just got done getting pieced up by Melquizael Acosta. I'm taking Lehian Douglas pretty easily here. Julian Erosa is the best worst fighter of all time. He's really shit, but he all of a sudden just beats Christian Rodriguez and Sean Woodson and shit like that. But Julian Erosa is shit. Okay, he's shit. He doesn't really have a crazy presence in there. He's tall. I think that'll be the only problem for Lehian is that Julian Erosa is so much taller than him. But Lehian is very composed. And he's just got thunderous power, man. Julian Erosa keeps his hands way too low for my liking. And when Lehian he darts in, he's like that. You've got to be all the way out. And I think Julian Erosa at 36 now, 37. He's too old, and Lehian is looking to be in his prime. Like I said, he's explosive. He will chop you low repeatedly over and over again. Now, again, I wonder how the height discrepancy will work there. Julian Erosa is in your face, but I could see Julian Erosa slow burning this because of the fear factor in the hands against Lehian. I could see him trying to ease his way in or him trying to grapple right away. I don't see Julian Erosa being I'm doing jumping knees and doing all that shit that he normally does. I cannot see that. I think Lehian will start him out cold, though, in the first round. Like I said, he's way too powerful for Julian Erosa, who keeps his hands down. And he's a wild fighter, but chin is made of his chin's going double wood in the UFC. His chin fucking sucks. So, Lehian by an early left hook right hand KO. Finishes him off. Insane KO. Now this card could be good, but I said this about the last card. I said the last card could have been a sleeper card and it was shit. I'm also sick, so if you couldn't tell, man, what the fuck is going on? I guess they don't even want me to pull this shit up. Nico Price versus Michael Chiesa. They won't let me do it. I'm not refreshing the page. The Battle of the Unks. Michael Chiesa stepping in on short notice. I forget who Nico Price was supposed to fight, but it doesn't matter. This fight is dog shit. Nico Price is horrible. This is Michael Chiesa's retirement fight. Excuse me. Michael Chiesa's retirement fight. I think he'll beat Nico Price easily. I think he'll go out and grapple him and submit him via Darce. Yeah, Darce. I think he'll get a Darce on Nico Price. He'll either get a Darce on him or it'll be the worst fight of all time. The UFC, him being the feature fight on this card, I get it's his hometown. I believe this is his hometown. Him getting the feature fight on here is insane. When MMA Guru says, I think they're like repaying him for not suing for the Conor debacle from the Conor Habib bus thing. When Conor threw the dolly through the bus and it hit up. I think that's a real thing because there's no way Michael Chiesa should be getting this high up on any card at any point in the 2020s at all, ever. Moving on, though. Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. The rematch. Man, I need to not get sick, man. I'm tired of this shit. This is the co-main event. Man, this is fucking insane. This is an insane co-main event. Alexa Grasso, Macy Barber, the rematch. Macy Barber wins this. She's probably getting a title shot. I'm going with Macy Barber. Do I care? No. They both look good. They're both pretty looking women. Pretty looking women. That sounded so stupid. They're both pretty women. I think at this point in their careers, Macy Barber is the better fighter. She seems more fresh as of late. Alexa Grasso is pretty stationary in her strikes. She's pretty shit in her strikes, honestly. Like, she keeps that high and tight guard, and she takes forever to get to you at this point in her career. She doesn't throw anymore. She's like she fights like a light heavyweight. Alexa Grasso fights like a light heavyweight with one touch knock. She fights like Vitor Petrino or something. Like, I don't get Alexa Grasso's game plan. But Macy Barber is good in combinations. She can grapple, and I think she's better than Alexa Grasso at this point in their careers. She took a while to get started in their first fight. That's why she won the last round. She was really explosive in the last round, but she was kind of getting out tit for tatted in the first 2 rounds in their first fight, but that was so many years ago. Alexa's not that same fighter. I really don't know how she beat Valentina. That shit's fucking crazy. But Macy Barber should beat Alexa Grasso 29-28, 30-27 across 3 shitty rounds because they are both... Macy Barber's decent, but they're both pretty shit, honestly. And yeah, Macy Barber can grapple and she can do all this stuff. She's a better fighter. If you can tell, I really don't care. The main event of the evening, Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Israel Adesanya making his return to the octagon after a 13-month layoff, last getting KO'd by Nasruddin Imavov and back in like Saudi Arabia. Joe Pyfer coming off his rear naked choke win against Abus Magomedov at UFC 320. I was there. Interesting matchup. This is a good fight. Now, if you've ever watched this channel whatsoever, you know I hate Israel Adesanya. I do. I don't like anything about him at all. I don't like his character. I don't like his fighting style. I don't like Israel Adesanya. I don't care about Joe Pyfer. He's not like somebody. Like, he's a cool watch. Joe Pyfer's a cool watch. I'm indifferent about him. I don't really care. I say that to say that there is no bias in this. I'm going to pick Israel Adesanya to beat Joe Pyfer across 5 rounds. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to pick Israel Adesanya to finish Joe Pyfer in round 3 or 4. Here's why. You ready? I don't like Izzy at all. This whole notion that Israel Adesanya is out of his prime, or not out of his prime, but that Israel Adesanya has like taken this big crater down, that he sucks now, that he used up all of his, I saw this earlier, he used up all of his last prime of his last real effort against Alex, that took a whole toll out of him. That shit fucking pisses me off. Israel Adesanya went into fighters. He went into stylistic matchups that were not good for him. Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya's, what's his biggest flaw? His boxing defense. That's his biggest flaw. When he exits out of exchanges, he exits out on a straight line. His hands are down. He does that frequently. Sean Strickland is the worst fighter in the UFC to do that against, outside of Ilia Topuria, maybe. But Sean Strickland, he's not going for any of that. Sean Strickland has great low kick defense, and he has great boxing. That's what makes Sean Strickland good, and that's why he beat Israel Adesanya. Joe Pyfer's boxing is better than Israel Adesanya's in the pocket, I want to say, for sure. Why do I think Izzy's going to win? Because I think Izzy's going to low kick Joe Pyfer. I think Izzy understands that he can get touched by Joe Pyfer and die. I don't think he'll be in the exchanges like he was trying to be against Nurmagomedov, trading with him and doing all that. What I think will happen is Joe Pyfer early, rounds 1 or 2, will go out and try to grapple Israel Adesanya up, and he'll get him up against the cage. And Israel Adesanya is very, very strong in those situations. He knows how to stay up on his feet, and if he gets taken down, he knows how to get back up to his feet. I don't think Joe Pyfer will get him down and have any like crazy damage where the fight could get stopped by the doctor, or he'll find a submission early against Izzy. I don't think so. I think that's his only way of getting a submission victory is if it's early, but I don't think that will happen at all. Izzy is too good when he's fresh. He's got great takedown defense early. And Joe Pyfer's gas tank is suspect going past round 3. Honestly, going past the fucking 1 minute mark or the 4 minute mark in round 3. Honestly, his gas tank is shown to be suspect against Kelvin Gastelum, against Jack Hermanson, etc., etc., etc. Right? So I don't think he'll get taken down by Joe Pyfer, and if he does, he'll get back up. When they're at range, Izzy has the advantage, clearly the advantage. He's obviously gonna win in the low kick battle. He'll be chopping low the entire time. The kicking battle, he'll be kicking Joe Pyfer's body a lot. He'll be bringing it upstairs, this, that, and the third. He'll be trying to jab out at range. And at the end of the day, if Joe Pyfer doesn't land a KO blow in the first round or 2, he's not gonna win the fight. He just won't. He won't piece you up for across 3 rounds, across 5 rounds. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum was tagging him, and Kelvin Gastelum is shit. I know Kelvin Gastelum has always had some hands, and he gave Izzy problems in his prime, but Kelvin Gastelum in 2025 is pretty dog shit. I think you should no, because he can't really be KO'd, but you should make it look easier than you did, Joe Pyfer. And I think Izzy has the advantage everywhere. Like I can't see myself watching Izzy get into boxing exchanges with Joe Pyfer. And I can't see Joe Pyfer landing one of those wild overhands that he just likes to throw, like around the guard when people are shelling up and they're running backwards basically away from him, and they're shelling up, and one shot lands like past the guard, past the ear, and you get fucking flat. I can't see that happening. I cannot see that happening. When Izzy gets KO'd, it's either by an Alex situation, or it's like Imavov caught him with the cleanest shot ever. And that was because, but he had just got eye poked before that. So I guess you can give him that excuse. He got eye poked. He stupidly waved it off. And then Nasruddin landed the perfect shot on his chin in the most beautiful left hook follow-up ever. I can't see Joe Pyfer's not that smooth to me. He doesn't systematically throw shots like that. He's more wild, more loose. And I think Izzy will pick him apart. I think the low kicks will really affect Joe here. Can't see Joe having success with his own low kicks here. Like, the kicking battle is for sure Izzy's. I think Izzy will show levels, and I'm tired of this narrative that they're acting like this is Dragon Ball Z. He used up the rest of his power to beat Alex. Like, this is Chao Tzu sacrificing himself against Nappa. Like, no. Like, this is fucking... They literally talk about Izzy Alex 2 or 4 or whatever you want to call it. Like, someone using the fucking Mafuba on King Piccolo from OG Dragon Ball. That's how they talk about how Izzy's career has been. Like, Izzy used up all of his strength against Alex, and now he just sucks now. No, he just got figured out. Izzy's still good. He's still a great fighter. Like, I fucking hate him, but he is an all-time great. He is, unfortunately. And I think he'll beat Joe Pyfer, and I think he'll make it look kind of easy. Joe's good. He's entertaining, but there's levels to the middleweight division. This is a huge jump. And as we can see, he's a Jack Hermanson victim. At the end of the day, he is a Jack Hermanson victim. I know that was in 2024. I don't care. Abbas was piecing him up. He tried to take Abbas down. Abbas reversed that shit. Stole that shit. Abbas reversed that shit, ended up on top, hit him with a nasty elbow right to the back of the head. And then won the first round off Joe. Kelvin was touching Joe. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Joe Pyfer, or I don't really care about Joe Pyfer, so it doesn't really make me a difference if he wins or loses. But I don't think Izzy's gonna lose to him. I can't see it. This would be fucking crazy if he did. The only way he loses again is if he does that stupid shit where he backs up on a straight line. Maybe that's Volk does that same dumb shit too, so I don't know, but he backs up on a straight line and a looping overhand hits him, fucking sends him flying cartoonishly, and he gets ground and pound finish. But I'm taking Israel Adesanya to beat Joe Pyfer. Thank you for bearing with me. I've been sick, so if you like the video, and we'll be back here later on during the week. Have a great rest of your day.